guys, today we are going to solve ways to express a sum of consecutives. So in this problem, basically a number is given and we have to find the total number of consecutive number that add up to that number. For example, if the number is given as 10, then there is only one consecutive number that adds up to 10 and it is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. And for 15, there are three consecutive numbers and they are 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, 4 plus 5 plus 6 and 7 plus 8. Okay, so we basically have to find the consecutive numbers, not random numbers. So let's approach this problem. For 15, there are three ways and for 10, there is only one way. If we notice, then it is based on a mathematical concept where the odd integers of the number will be equal to the total number of consecutive sum of that number. For example, for 15 there are 1 is an odd factor, 3 is an odd factor, 5 is an odd factor, and 15 itself is an odd factor. For 10, 1 is an odd factor and 5 is an odd factor. Note, we will only include odd factors and not even factors. Now, it is given in the problem that we want to represent as a sum of two or more consecutive natural numbers. Okay, so we will exclude 1 and the remaining numbers will be our answer. Here the remaining numbers are 3. So 3 is our answer. Here the only remaining number is 1. Thus 1 is the answer. So basically we will just find the odd integers, odd factors of that number and return the count. Now in order to reduce the complexity, we will only iterate till root of n. Thus I will only iterate till root of 10 until and unless I into I is lesser than n, we will iterate. Okay, and when we find an odd factor, we will find its partner. For example, if we find 3, then we will also find its partner, that is 5. 3 into 5 equals 15. When we find 3, at that same iteration, we will also find 5. This will reduce our complexity as we are finding two numbers at once. Okay, so let's code. First, I will declare the count variable. Then I will use a for loop. And beginning from 1 as 0 is neither odd nor even, so it cannot be counted as a factor. जब तक I into I is lesser than n. Okay, now the condition is that it should be a factor of n. So I mod I, the remainder should be equal to 0 and the number itself should be odd. Divided by 2 is not equals to 0, and as we saw 1 cannot be included. Okay, so I should not be equals to 1. If the above conditions are true, then we will increase count. Now we will find the partner of this number. Partner equals to n divided by I. Okay. 15 divided by 3 gives 5. So 5 is a partner. Now for this partner, we have the same conditions, that it should be divisible by n and it should be an odd number. If partner equals to 0 and The partner should not be equals to the I. For example, this 5, it should not be equals to 3. Because for example, if we have 25 and one factor is 5, 5 has already been included, and by dividing 5 we will again get 5. So we cannot increase count by 2, thus we will only increase it by 1. So this partner and this I, it should not be equals to, they should not be same or equal. So partner should not be equals to I, and then the partner should be odd. 2 is not equals to 0. If the condition is true, then we will increase count. Finally, we will return count. Let's compile it. Okay. Current output is 1. Okay, so for this case, I was missing this equals to sign, as 3 into 3 equals to 9. 3 is a valid answer for us, but we were using less than. So the condition was basically evaluating to false. So I will include less than equals to. Let's compile it again. Submit. Okay, so we have successfully completed the problem, and this was the whole code.